Hey everybody, looks like I got this thing going. I'm excited to be here and I'm going to take you through the walkthrough of what it takes in order to post the content for our Facebook marketing for the IRN. So what I've got in front of you, just to orient you, is of course my lovely face, so hi. And I've got some few other things. I've got the work instruction down here on the left, which I'll be referencing as we use it. And I've got Facebook as well too, which I have up in front of us and will be referencing as we work through that content as well too. So you get the full experience, and you can of course pause this and watch any piece of it in order to make sure you understand what you're doing and see how it compares to what you're doing so that you can be successful. Okay, so I'm starting on my Facebook original page, but before I even get going, I want to give you a few setup instructions as well too. One is, as an IRN member, you have to get edit access. Lauren can help you with that. And one of the things I didn't realize and later did is that when she gives it to you, it shows up here under Facebook under notifications, under the little bell. So you got to click in the notifications, and if you've got a lot of notifications in here, you might have to scroll on down until you can find the one from Lauren herself that then gives you edit access. And once you find that, you actually have to click on it and click on accept or whatever is there in order to be able to go into the content that allows you to have the correct access to edit the page. So now from the beginning, we want to go to the page, and it's not the Facebook group, it's the page. So oftentimes you'll have a list of different groups on the left-hand side if you went to your home, like I do here. I have some shortcuts to different groups. Those are not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is pages. So if you're going for the page for the first time, click under search, and you can search, as I've got here, the IRN Lakewood AM chapter, and that will take you to the page. The way you know it's the page is because it says at Lakewood AM here on the bottom, as opposed to the page, and I'll go to the page real briefly just to show you what that looks like. Right, our Lakewood IRN page, private group, says private group underneath it. So that's not going to help anyone because that's only us. Whereas posting the marketing content out on the page then helps market us to everyone out there. So let me go back to the Lakewood IRN page, and here we are. Okay, so there are three things we're trying to do. First, we're trying to create on Monday, and that's just because of the speaking schedules on Friday. At the beginning of the week, we're trying to create a Facebook event. The day before, we're trying to set a reminder for Facebook, and you can actually do these two things at the same time. When you create your Facebook event, you can create your reminder and make it scheduled to show up at the appropriate time on Thursday, so you don't have to go back into Facebook and actually do that as a separate action. So I find that it's best just to do these two things at the same time. The third one you can't do until after you've videoed yourself. And the way you video yourself is by handing your cell phone. I recommend somebody that's in the three chairs deep, and ask them to tape it in wide format. So if you handed them your cell phone, you would have them record you in this format as opposed to vertical format. Vertical is not going to help as much. Everything video-wise is better in wide format when it comes to posting to the web. So have them record it in wide format, about 3 seats deep, just a 5-minute section. In my case, I recorded the whole thing and I clipped it down to a 5-minute section, and that's what I'm going to upload later in the video. But for in your scenario, all we want is a 5-minute clip. And the reason we only want 5 minutes is because Facebook has a limitation of only 5-minute videos. So because of that, keep it brief. You can have them record any moment within your presentation or speech. You can ask them to do it at a certain time, or you can just have them pick a time as you're rolling on through, whatever. It just, under 5 minutes is perfect. Okay, so the one edit I do want to make is I'm going to show you how to upload the video from a computer, which is what I'm doing for this demonstration, instead of doing it from a phone. And that's just because I don't have the clip on my phone and an easy way to feed this into this video at the same time. So because of all that, I'm just showing you how to upload videos in general using a desktop, and then you can do whatever you need to do from your phone using whatever you need to use, or you can go to a desktop if you want to do it that way as well too. Okay, so now let's jump into the real content. So this is a great spot to get started, and we're at 5 minutes. If you want to just jump to this section of the video just to watch the rest of it. Facebook event and reminder. So the first thing we want to do is an event. So we're going to go into the page and we're going to go to events. And when we click on events, we have the option here to create an event. And if I go down here, I mentioned the page, I mention click events and new events. Facebook's terminology varies. New event, create event, same thing. So create event. And now we're at this screen, which is the same as what I showed before, creating a new event. So, and this was done on the Willoughby page too, which is why I've got different pictures in here in the work instruction. Don't worry about it, it's all good. The point is still the same. So you just need to linearly add all of these different items, and I'll walk you through all of them. So first of which is a photo. So you're going to do a presentation or speech. Choose a photo of your company, choose a photo of yourself at work, choose a photo of you doing something cool with a customer, choose a photo of something related to your topic. Whatever you'd like to do, choose a photo, because a photo gives it a lot more life and vitality as opposed to just putting in all the words for the event. So in my particular case, I'm going to go choose a photo, and we're going to do, I'm doing it in the past. This is the past presentation, but that's okay. It's just illustrating the point. So I already picked out a photo that I liked for this purpose, and it's here. It's the presentation itself. So although I had something different the last time, but that's okay. We'll do the presentation itself because I have that now. So I picked my photo. I'm going to put in my event name, and what we're looking for there is some speech title, something about you or your organization or what you're going to talk about, right? So in this particular case, I'll use the same thing I did last time, and what I did last time is I just said, hey, this is a speaker, and it's business, the title, improvement in the entertainment industry. You can see that I typed 60 characters. There's 64 max, so just stick within the limits, whatever you want for your title, and you're good to go. The location is going to be the same no matter who we are. We're all in that Panera Bread Rocky River, and if you just type in or copy, either way, if you want to actually, I'll show you just copying it if you want to just cheat your way through this thing. I could probably just copy Panera Bread Rocky River, paste that in there, and look! It allows me to choose Panera Bread at the Center Ridge Road, Rocky River, Ohio. On we go. So I choose that, and now we've got the right location in, and now I'm up to description. So here it's going to be my description. I've already taken the time to think this through, so I'm just going to copy the same thing that I wrote in the last time, and it's my name, Chris Cookerick, my company, Simple Leadership Consulting, and I want to plug myself, so I'm going to put in my own website, right? Will be speaking about his recent, and then it's all about what you're going to talk about, right? At the International Modeling and Talent Agency. Make it interesting for your customer. I mean, what would people want to hear when it comes to you talking? There's all kinds of great resources that we all bring to the table. So what's so great about what you're going to talk about that other people would be interested? And then I put in the plug. Join the Lakewood AM, Rocky River, well, I guess we'll keep it the same name for now, Lakewood, although Rocky River would be nice, right? AM, IRN, Friday mornings for more great business connections. Why would they want to join the Lakewood AM IRN? It's because of us and our speaking. And let's plug ourselves. So now we're down to description is all done, so we're into categories. So where does this fit as far as categories? I chose the last time networking, and I would keep that consistent. And it's only occurring once, and it's going to occur, now in this case, I'm backdating this. However, oh, it's not going to let me backdate this, is it? No, it's not. So I'm not going to choose this exact Friday because I don't want to conflict with Brett when he speaks, but what you would choose would be the very next Friday that you're speaking. So in this case, I'm just going to put it here on the 17th because I guess I can't backdate it because Facebook's preventing me from doing such a thing, but that's okay. I just want to get something in there and illustrate this video. So in your case, you would pick a Friday. In my case, I'm just going to pick something in the calendar that doesn't conflict. And we start at 7:30 in the morning and we run till about 8:30 in the morning. Okay. And that covers all of that content. And then I believe we're up to publish. No, not yet. Keywords. Here we go. Yes, keywords. So I'm on to the next page. So nothing about co-hosting, nothing about scheduling or any of that kind of details, but there is keywords. These are hashtags, if you know them by that. They're meta tags is another word for them as well too, if you're familiar with that kind of thing. And they have some available already within Facebook, and those two are these two: public speaking and business. And let's see if I can go off the reservation and type continuous improvement, because that's way off the reservation, right? Yes. And see, it doesn't know what to do with it. I think these keywords are rather limited as far as what they allow, and if that's the case, then all we're going to be able to do is business and public speaking, and we'll not the event itself, but in the post I'll show you the option and in the video of putting additional hashtags or keywords in your content so that you can actually plug yourself more than just business and public speaking. But for the event, keep it to business and public speaking. I'll leave continuous improvement in here and see if it takes, but I don't think it's going to. And then there's nothing else in the rest of this that we need. So at this point, I'm ready to publish. So I'm going to leave that in there and see if it actually works. I'm going to hit publish. And it's complaining because my time is picked in the past. And that's just because you would be doing a Friday. I'll tell you what, I'll do it Tuesday. That way I can keep the times the same. But it won't complain to you when you pick a Friday because you're doing it in the future, not in the past. And it took. I wonder if it took continuous improvement. We ought to check that out. Okay, so this boostings thing, you can just get rid of that. That's not necessary. So here it is, February the 18th at 7:30 in the morning. And because I'm not going to advertise this to anyone, and it's the last minute that anyone would possibly know this, they're not going to think to go, even though this isn't technically in the future. So don't worry about that. It'll be just fine for the illustration purposes of this video. But you would, of course, have a Friday, and you do it a week in advance to give the general public enough of a notice to actually be interested in your content and actually show up and arrive at the Panera Bread on Fridays with us. Okay, so real quick, I am curious to see, did this work with that other hashtag that I put in there? Discussion, boy, I don't even know where to go to be able to see that. Well, I'll dive into that later, and we'll see if we can add more tags. Otherwise, business and public speaking is all that you want, and then publish the thing. Okay, so that is the end of creating the event. Done! That easy. Most of it is content you have to provide as far as, well, what are you speaking about? Give us a picture, give us a description, give us a title, and then the rest of it is pretty consistent every single event that you're creating, for the most part. Follow the work instruction, follow my video in case I missed a point at this point. So now we want to, at the same time, publish a reminder for people to come. So to do that, we're going to go back into the page, because now I'm under the event itself. We want to go back into the page. It's a good question. There it is. Lakewood AM chapter. That's it. Main page. Let's go back to the page. And your screen's going to be different because you have edit access, and this is much more advanced because I have admin access. So let me go back to the page where it looks a little more familiar for everyone. So this was really where you will end up with when you go back to the page. And what we want to create is a post. But instead of going under post to create it, because that's a little more here and now, there is a publishing tools up at the top. And the reason I say publishing tools is because that gives us access, and you might have to go under more to get to publishing tools. I'm not sure how your screen's going to be set up. That gives us access to create a post scheduled in the future, and that's what I was looking for. So when I clicked on publishing tools, it should still take you to posts and publishing, but we're going to schedule a post. So in order to do that, I'm still, and you can't quite see it because it's a little off the screen, so let me move this a little bigger. Now that we're in publishing tools and publish post, I'm going to create, just like I show here. Actually, I don't show it. Oh, I do show it. I'm going to create, and then we're going to create a post. And the post is going to be relatively the same as what you had in your description, right? Come join us this week for, that's going to be the same for all of us, and then my name, Chris Kukarek, my plug, Simple Leadership Consulting, presentation on, and then what's my title? Improvement in the entertainment industry. And when is it? It's going to be Friday, 7:30 a.m. at Panera Bread in Rocky River. For more businesses. To connect with more. Okay, so come join us this week for Chris Kukarek, Simple Leadership Consulting presentation on improvement in the entertainment industry, Friday, 7:30 a.m. at Panera Bread in Rocky River, Ohio, to connect with more businesses. Short, sweet, to the point, and talks about who I am, what am I talking about, my company, and where and when do they need to be there. So now that I've got all the content for a reminder post, instead of sharing it now, I want to schedule it. And that's exactly what this was trying to show you how to do. Was hit that drop down instead of being now. Now I'm going to schedule it, and I'm going to give the details of when I want this post to go through. So we said we wanted it Thursday morning, so we're going to use custom as well too. We're going to click the calendar and we're going to do it Thursday morning. Only I'm going to do it, you would pick a Thursday before your speech Friday. In my particular case, I'm going to choose Tuesday just to not send this out to the general public so that they don't all get confused. So, but you would pick a Thursday, and we said 3 in the afternoon, just to give them a little bit of time to, oh yeah, they need to do this come Friday morning kind of thing. They can see it in the evening, one of the last things they do before they wrap up for work for the day. It's one of those kinds of last minute reminders so that they can set an alarm to wake up early enough to get themselves on out to Rocky River Panera Bread, because that's what we will need them to do. So that's the whole purpose of this reminder post. And once you've chosen your Thursday and your 3 p.m., you can hit schedule. And once that puts a schedule in place for this post, and now I'm ready to actually fire this post off. So I'm going to hit schedule the post, and it's going to go out per the date and time that we picked. Something went wrong. That's unusual. I don't know what that is. Okay, February 18th now. What did I pick? Yep, 18th, so it's later. Okay, so what you should see is this. Not something went wrong, but scheduled and updated and published. And then if you were to click under scheduled post instead of published posts, you would find that your post that you created is ready to go on your date and time. I don't put that in the work instruction because once you've done it, and it's already ready to go, but this is just how you would check on yourself. Okay, so let's assume that you got your event, you got your scheduled post, all that's gone well, you've done your speaking, you asked somebody to record you, they've recorded you, and now you happen to be, under my scenario, at a desktop computer, and you've got your 5-minute clip that you're now going to put into Facebook. So this is a whole nother time that you're sitting down, preferably that Friday. It'd be really good to do it as close to the event as possible, even just do it right there from your phone before you walk out the door. That would be my ideal scenario for all of us in order to publish the video and just we're done. So now let me walk you through the concept of publishing a video. In this case, for this scenario, I'm going to do it like I said, on my desktop online. And if I go back to, if I go back to the page, because I want to start you from the page every time. And how do I do that? Oh, there it is. Go back to the page. And now on the page, there's a section called videos. So the first one we did was events. The second one we did was publishing tools and then creating a post. And now the third one is under videos. So I clicked under videos, and that's what I was trying to show you here on this last link. And now I'm going to add a video is what I'm going to do. And I think I mentioned that in the instruction. Videos, add a video, correct. So I'm going to add a video. And now I go to my clip, and in your case it'll be on your phone. In my case, I had the clip saved to my computer. Here's my clip, and hit open. And it has to be under 5 minutes, just remember that. Less than 5 minutes, so whoever's recording it, remind them. Under 5 minutes. Can be shorter, that's fine, at least under 5 minutes. So now we're here to add the same kind of content that you added before for the event. We still want in the relationship to the video. So again, it'll be the same title, right? Business improvement in the entertainment industry. And it'll be the same description that I used for the event itself. You don't have to come up with new content. Once you've created that content once, just duplicate that content all over again. Chris Cookerick, Simple Leadership Consulting. And then my plug, S Leader C. Spoke. Okay, so maybe a little bit of tense difference, right? Because I did it in the past. Spoke about his recent performance. You could pull up as a separate page, by the way, the event itself and just copy paste. That's another way of doing it, but I'm just typing it in just to illustrate the point. Here's a 5-minute video. And then the plug for us, right? Join the Lakewood AM IRN Friday mornings for more great business speakers and connections. All right, so I've got my description, I've got my title, which is what this was all about, and now I'm ready to enter my tags. And this is, again, tags, meta tags, hashtags, whatever word you want to use to call it. Let's be consistent and choose the first four for all of us, which would be networking, similar to what we used before under the event. And you separate them by a comma. So networking, comma, public speaking, and you could copy paste this, by the way, out of the work instruction. Business and international referral. And by the way, spelling counts, so be careful with your spelling when it comes to tags. Network and IRN. So if you put in all of those tags, that'll be consistent tagging for the IRN and the purpose that we serve and all the rest of that. And then you can add 3 additional hashtags. Unlike the event, which has a limit on the type of tags you can use, or at least I'll have to double check that. This you can go crazy and add whatever hashtags are related to you, your company, what you're talking about, anything that gets more people to find you. That's the whole point of tags, is it makes it ultra easy for people to actually come to your content because they're there for the same reason as they got to the tag in the first place. So, in my case, I'm going to put some more common tags for me, which I already came up with, and they were in this case, it was IMTA, International Modeling Talent Agency, business improvement, and continuous improvement. That's not spelled right. This is what I mean, spelling counts. Nope. Apparently, it's not very friendly, so we will improve. There we go. All right. So now that I got all the... Oh, see what that just did? So this is a great example of where Facebook is not as user-friendly as it could be. So despite the fact that I separated them all by commas, because I typed it all in as one thing, this is one tag. So here's a great example of making a mistake when it comes to creating tags. So you can tell that this is all one mess because it's one gray box. And that's useless. Absolutely useless, because somebody would have to type in all of that as one single thing to actually find you. So if you ever see this exact scenario, which I'm glad I made this mistake, then you know that you've got to delete it and start over, because this is not useful at all for any purpose when it comes to tagging. So I'm going to remove this gigantic mess, and I'm going to do them each one at a time. So we'll start with networking. And it said add a new tag, networking. Yes, so I'm going to click networking. And then the next tag, public speaking. And this is because of the way Facebook works. Other systems would have let me do what I just showed you, but Facebook does not. Business, and hit enter, and I got business news. So I don't want that. I want business. Add a new tag, business. And I want international, N-A-T-O-L, and spelling counts, referral, network, and I spelled it right, so I'm going to add a new tag, international referral network, IRN, add a new tag, IRN, and IMTA. Now these are my tags. Those are the common tags for all of us, and now I'm up to my tags for my speech. So I'm adding my 3, business improvement. You're saying to yourself, well, why can't I add more than 3? Well, that's also because it's Facebook, and you'll see that in just a moment. And continuous improvement. You have added maximum number of tags, and that's how I know that you can only add 3 beyond the common ones for all of us. So now I've hit the limit of tags, so it's not too many, but it is useful. The more tags you can put in, the better. So I highly recommend putting in all the common ones for us and putting in 3 for yourself. So now that I've got all of that, I'm at the point where I'm up to next. So I'm going to hit the next button. And now I'm into publishing options. I'm done with the post, and I'm into the details around this post itself. So the next part of the work instruction. So it's a video post. That's great. Don't have to do anything there. I'm going to publish it now. Sure am. Don't have to do anything there. And I just hit publish. It looks like I just hit publish. I'm just looking through real quick. It looks like I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is hit publish. That's wonderful. I wasn't sure about that when I wrote the work instruction, but I'm sure about it now. So great. I'm going to hit publish, and it's going to do its thing and create this video, and it takes some time to process video just because video is a lot bigger in size than even pictures are. So, whatever it takes to actually create this thing, it is what it is. The point is, if we can do it right after the meeting, that's the best time to do it. Gets it out of the way. You don't have to remember to do it, and you're basically copying content from your event. So you're not really creating anything new other than 3 tags. That's the only piece of creation that I did when it came to publishing this video. So there you have it. There's the explanation of how to do an event, how to do a reminder post, and it's a scheduled reminder post, and how to do a video. And let me real quick go back through this work instruction and see if there was any other key points that I really needed to highlight, but I think I talked through them all as we did this. And I even showed you making some mistakes and correcting them, which is wonderful, because when it comes to quality errors, it really helps to do it the right way in order for it to actually show up correctly. So I think that's it. So the only other piece to remember is when you're about to give your speech, hand your phone to a person in the third row and have them do a wide format video, less than 5 minutes, and then you've got all the content you need to be successful. Sound good? All right, guys, let me know what you think, and we'll see if we need to do a live training, see if this video is enough to give you everything you need. Thanks so much.